Hello everyone and welcome to another historic video. So today we're going to be taking a look at Emperor Sorin deck in historic format. So I've done a few videos of this in Timeless, but I realized a lot of the cards in this deck is actually legal in historic format. And at the same time, because you don't have that constraint, having to play 4 copies of Brainstorm, 4 copies of Mana Drains in every single blue deck, the deck becomes a lot open in another format. So I wanted to try something like this where we have the Sorin combo plus the Emperor Bones combo in the same deck and have some Tamio also in the same deck as well, which is quite hard to do in Timeless format, I'm gonna be honest with you, because you just don't have enough space to do that. So this one's gonna be a little bit more combo oriented, and at the same time, we get to try out this card called Kiora the Rising Tide, which didn't really have much success in Timeless format, so I'm trying to see whether or not this card actually is decent in historic format, and at the same time, it has some great synergies with both sides of the combo. We have the Emperor Bones being able to get back a Kiora onto the battlefield attacking, and you can create an 8/8 instantly. Or you can use a Kiora to discard Ulapog for the Emperor Bones, or just filtering through your hand into Saint Elenda and Sorin combo. That's also a thing. And because we actually play a lot of creatures, we get to also play 4 copies of Overlord of the Baelmerg that can also fish for Emperor Bones, Sorin, or Elenda, while also putting cards like Ulapog into the graveyard. So having said that, I'm gonna be hopping over to some Historic Best of 3 to show you guys what it does. So let's hop on over. Alright, fast queue. Sure.
Perhaps there are more useful texts down on the surface.
Okay, so it's this kind of deck. Okay, we got a Psychic Frog to discard Ulapog. That's pretty good. No lands, though. County Garden. Oh, wow. Yogg? Is this actually a Yogg deck? No way, right? Actually? No shot. Yeah, I got the Soul Cauldron is so very annoying. It's actually a Yogg deck. Wow. That's kind of surprising. Yep, that's actually pretty surprising. Might just go Treasure Cruise. I'm gonna do it now because opponent might use a Soul Cauldron if I don't do this first.
I will protect this library with my life. Use your words.
Any Sorins? Any Sorins, perhaps? So even if opponent takes this, it actually doesn't do anything? Because adapting... Because if there's a counter on it, they can't adapt, right? So... So they can Court of Calling for 3 at the moment. Now they can Court of Calling for 2. Man. Not really happy with our card draws here.
Think before you act.
Might just, you know, play this out next turn. You know, Phyrexian Tower actually doesn't... It's an equal mana gain, right? For the Court of Calling, because you're sacrificing a creature to gain 2. And then you have to tap this, so you tap 2 things. Okay, so they had a Yawgmoth. Obviously we're not really in a good spot. We need to get Toxic Deluge or... Hey, there it is. There it is. Sink into Stupor. Sink into Stupor. I might actually go Sink into Stupor here. Because I want to create a situation where they might not sacrifice their entire board. But if they sacrifice their entire board to do this, then of course I don't need to Toxic Deluge, so... I feel like this is like a win-win situation. Okay, there we go.
Use your words.
So I can Toxic Deluge minus for 3? Discard the Belmerk. The problem is putting a Psychic Frog in the graveyard means that I give them, you know, Psychic Frog, basically. Which isn't good. I think I just pass with the Belmerk. Okay, we found ourselves a Sorin. Yeah, I think we stay put. And in response to opponent trying to use the Agatha Soul Cauldron on the Psychic Frog, I'm gonna, you know, exile it. And feel like that should be game. Because the only thing they can do is put a Yawgmoth down, right? If that's the case, like, we win the game, right? Okay, so definitely Disruptor Flute for this game. Stern Scolding is gonna be way better than Spell Snare, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna have another Toxic Deluge. And a Stone of Eric. Tamio was really good. It's a hard card to actually answer as a Yawgmoth deck. The question is, what do we get rid of? Tamio was so good. I'm thinking maybe like Emperor Bones, Ulamog, Kiora. Since we're going down on Ulamog, Kiora's not gonna be as good. One more copy of Emperor Bones. You know, if Yawgmoth is actually popular, having something like a Vein Ripper in the sideboard could be actually pretty insane. Yeah, maybe Emperor Bones is the card that's going out. The rest. I feel like they should get rid of a flute.
Curious. I must investigate this scroll further.
Now they should get rid of a Treasure Cruise. It's pretty annoying. They do have a Fatal Push for, you know, Yawgmoth coming down. I might actually just... Should I play the Toxic Deluge here? Toxic Deluge here. Gets rid of 2 things. Save a Fatal Push for Yawgmoth coming down. Maybe. That's not what I was trying to do. But, yep, -1 card for me. Yeah, a little bit of a misclick there. I mean, Tamio is just so insane.
Every plane has stories. Respect the library.
Tamio is just so insane. Yeah, this is the whole reason why I wanted to, you know, do x equals -2, but accidentally clicked things that, you know, I shouldn't have.
I am not defenseless.
I think this turn we just Otawara. Yeah. So Court of Calling for 1. Court of Calling for 1. So Young Wolf comes in. Sure. Does this Fatal Push actually do anything? So I'm trading a card for a Fatal Push. A draw, basically. But they have to sacrifice the Prosperous Innkeeper, so maybe it's actually not that bad. Because they're gaining so much life, right? And I think we'll just minus and then do Toxic Deluge.
I highly recommend this book.
And we'll play Psychic Frog. We'll leave up the Otawara for, you know, another potential Yogg coming down. Okay, that's fine. If that's their entire play, I'm happy with this. So I do believe this is probably a free attack here. Stone of Eric. I'll play the Psychic Frog. I'll plus again. And this time I'm gonna play a Stone of Eric. Very nice. Okay, we love this. We have a Tameo plus Overlord. That's so good.
I've read nearly the entire library.
When this dies, it becomes an enchantment aura. Okay, so I see. We're gonna attack. By the Belmerk. Get a Sorin. Okay. That one needs to go. Why would you not get rid of a Belmerk? Oh my god. Okay, so whenever one or more cats you control deal combat damage. That's totally fine, right? Okay, we got a little bit lucky there, getting a Saint Elenda. So currently it has protection from dog. We don't really care about that. Any of these enchantments? No. We'll just make this one unable to attack. Wow, Threat and Charm. You know, that's actually a good card. Still gonna be attacking. Let's actually block like this. I'm kind of afraid of a pump spell. Yup. They're gonna be able to get rid of our Overlord. Or not. Attack. Play the other Velmer. Oh, we have to also get rid of this. That kind of sucks. I wanted to save it for Tameo, but
I'll aid you.
wasn't able to do that.
Violence is not the answer.
I think we don't have a Toxic Deluge anymore. I'm pretty sure I only put 2. Yeah, I only have 2, plus I have another Toxic Deluge in the sideboard, plus a Glistening Deluge. So we'll block here and block there.
Flows through you.
Use your words.
Pass a turn. Next turn, we're gonna be able to win the game. Other cats get +1/+1. Make a token. Oh. Oh, okay. We get to actually see a combo here. Boom. No. Okay, so Stern Scolding. It seems like it's gonna be the same sideboarding as last game. I'm just not sure about the Glistening Deluge. I'm gonna say probably not. We also don't need like things like Stone of Barracks, which is good. Less cards to sideboard. I'm probably just go down on Emperor Bones again. Yeah, Kiora and Emperor Bones. Maybe like this actually. 3 Emperor Bones, 1 Ulamog. Wow. Well, let us hope we draw a land. It's definitely like not the worst hand. Yeah, let's actually go Tamil first.
Nothing like warm tea and a fascinating story.
3 mana card. Well. Draw. Very nice. Play this out. It seems like it's a mana type. Oh, it's a reprieve. Short. They might have some removal spells, but... Okay, that's fine. I have to discard... Okay, 3 cards. I think I would have actually discarded 3 cards. No blocks? Okay. Strange.
This is not just a battle of arms, but think before you act.
Maybe that wasn't actually the brightest idea. Okay, this was a misplay. I shouldn't have done this. Because now Tamil dies. Okay, that was definitely not the brightest idea. Tamil does die, but we can also just get it back with the Overlords, which is kind of cool. And that'll trigger the Fatal Push. I think I'm gonna push here.
Myself.
Collected Company. Wait. You just missed? Okay, Mr. Incredibly Unlucky person. That is crazy. Yeah, that is pretty unlucky, right? That's pretty unlucky. Yeah, I don't know what to say. That's pretty unlucky. You know what? I'll just pass with the Spell Snare. Your opponent can't cast spells during your turn. Wow, it's actually a cat. Okay. I'll let them draw a card if they attack. Actually, would I do that? Yeah. I'll let them draw a card. I'll let them attack, and then we're gonna adapt too at the opponent's end step. And we're gonna grab Tamio. Oh wow. Okay, that's game over. That's probably game over. And I'll attack. Let's grab a Saint Elenda. Minus.
House Markov grows stronger.
We'll put it on you. Yeah, let's put it on you. And I'll play this and pass a turn.
If you need me, I'll be in the library.
I could have also just gone Treasure Cruise and flipped this so that I can potentially get the Toxic Deluge back next turn. That's an option. Okay. If they have a 2-mana pump spell, we're gonna be ready. No. Okay. Should be game. Alright, GG's opponent. That is gonna be a mulligan. That's gonna be a keep. Should I just keep the land since I have a Kiora? I think I should. If a non-token creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead. Okay, that's actually kind of annoying. No thank you. I wanted to keep the land because I can just, you know, discard it to the Kiora, you know? Yeah, that card is kind of annoying. I think I might actually just pass a turn and then Toxic Deluge because I don't want my Emperor Bones getting exiled. Yeah, that's actually perfect. Okay, that's actually pretty perfect here. We're gonna do -3, get rid of these. And play the Kiora. Or we can just go directly into Sorin, which is even better.
Defeating you will not bring me pleasure. You're welcome to the
I think at this point, probably drawing a card's better. Like, we don't really care about that. Okay.
Curious. I must investigate this scroll.
Even if a One Ring comes down, we'll be able to answer it in 2 upticks of Sorin. Erebos' Intervention. That's actually kind of annoying, right? This one exiles twice the amount of X cards. They have a lot of graveyard hates. Erebos, Valentine. Do I want a Thoughtseize? I'll bring in another Toxic Deluge. You know what? Because opponent has so much graveyard hate, maybe I just go do this, -1 each. And I'll bring in 2 Thoughtseize. And -1 Emperor Bones. Try this with the double Thoughtseize. All right. I'm actually gonna keep this because opponent's playing a discard spell deck. Well, I haven't actually seen this in a while. Oh wow, they're also playing Sorin deck. Okay. Okay, that's not bad. I'm gonna be honest with you, that is not bad. Let's see. Gain +1/+1. Okay, so opponent's just playing a pure vampire tribal deck. Sure. Okay, so attack there. And I'll do that. Is it Sink into Stupor plus Fatal Push, or am I playing the Kiora here? And then discard the Sink plus Saint Elenda? Let's actually discard these two. Or... yeah, let's discard the Saint Elenda for the Emperor Bones. And a Sink. We got a pretty sick turn coming up. Wait a minute. Am I dead? Is this an infinite? Whenever a creature attacks you... oh, it's not whenever you gain life. Okay, it's not an infinite. Okay. Okay, good. Full control. Saint Elenda. Destroy enchantment. Let us attack like this, and then here. Not even gonna trade with the Kiora, huh? So there it is again. Got ourselves another Saint Elenda for the Sorin. Are they dead? Okay. Still not blocking. We got all of these fatal pushes without being able to actually use them. Oh, wow. Whenever you gain life, opponent loses that much life. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. So, okay. So we get rid of this enchantment again. And we're good to go.
Defeating you will not bring me pleasure. I have sired many warriors.
Decline. You know, Kyura would be so much better if it didn't create a legendary, right? What's really weird is that like the legendary templating isn't even there. Like usually the legendaries are like you have a name and then comma and then sign of the deep, but this one doesn't even have a name. Okay. This one actually doesn't really have that much power going on.
Perhaps there are more useful
The
things
Tamio
than
actually
that
has to
in
do a
this
lot
life.
of work. Surprise! Blue-Eye Control with the Teferi avatar. Surprise, surprise. This is kind of concerning. We have no cards in the yard because... And we also can't draw land. Might be just a go next game situation. Yeah. We just, we just didn't do anything, right? For the last few turns. That's really all it is to it. Yup. I wonder if I'm actually supposed to cyber out Fatal Push. We'll have one Toxic Deluge. Okay, similar hand to last time, but hopefully we get lands this time, That'd be pretty nice. If we can find some lands. Definitely a deja vu kind of hand.
Stayed up too late reading. Again.
Oh, okay. Not bad. The question is, am I playing out the Emperor Bones? Am I playing out the Emperor Bones here? I think the answer is yes. I want to put some pressure so that opponent has to like use some mana. And then we'll get the Sorin down, stuff like that. Nice. I need them to like act on it. Need them to like, use some spells here. If I find one more land, I can go Tamio, bait out a counter, and then go Sorin. Yikes. Okay, well, I am still gonna go Sorin now because I have another copy of Sorin. Strict Proctor. Oh! That's actually pretty good. The thing is, the thing is, that's kind of annoying. We do get the Saint Elenda, but the Saint Elenda doesn't get a trigger because of the Strict Proctor. Really, you're gonna block? That's what I thought. I'll spell snare this. Yeah, I mean, like, we get the Saint Elenda down, but doesn't really do anything, unfortunately. Because of the Strict Proctor. If the Strict Proctor blocked, I would have just pumped this.
Sorry I'm late.
You're gonna minus? Okay. Well, I can bounce this and then kill the Teferi. Okay, nice. I'm actually gonna minus the Ulapog here. Have a Vein Ripper. The Strict Proctors are actually pretty annoying. Yeah, if I had another, like, Thoughtseize or something like that, that'd be actually pretty amazing, but... yeah, this one is much better because we have a Psychic Frog with the Thoughtseize. I'll probably just go Thoughtseize first because I have Psychic Frog. They also play Lotus Field. I think Wandering Emperor is more annoying than a Divine Purge.
Perhaps there are more useful texts down on the surface.
We'll leave up Sink into Stupor. So I can transform the Tameo here. Wow, a Spell Pierce. Okay, change of plans. Okay, that sucked that they actually drew a Strict Proctor there. That really sucks, actually. Because now they can play around Spell Pierce very well. Man, like... that really sucks.
I hope you don't mind if I take notes. Use your words.
Bottom of Saint Elenda for the Emperor Bones. What if I draw Sorin, though? I can always bottom this with the Psychic Frog. I'll have to bottom Tameo. No. No. My opponent's getting away with this game. They are most definitely getting away here. They have 3 cards in the graveyard, which doesn't really do anything. I could just minus Thoughtseize. That's probably for the better, since the Tamiyo's just gonna die anyways.
Oh, this is one of my favorites.
Why would they do that? It's dead anyways. What?
Quieter place to read.
No more lies. Reprieve? So I take away the Divine Purge, play the Psychic Frog here. Attack, I just get rid of a map. Hmm. 4, 5. I'm gonna have to do this. Hopefully they don't draw anything. And potentially, you know, kind of win the game next turn. That's gonna be my plan here. Oh, what a top deck. What a top deck. That's insane. Very good top deck there. Make it fly. Discard, discard, discard. Toxic Deluge. Grab the Fate's Feather. It's probably gonna get reprieved. But still not bad. Overlord. Okay. Do it here and then we Bailmerk? Yeah, I think we Bailmerk here. Maybe I should have actually saved it. Wow, we actually won. That is crazy. All right, this deck. We played a very similar deck to this in Timeless format multiple times. A little bit of a different build every single time, but because in Historic, because like we don't have access to like Mystic Sanctuary, we don't have access to Brainstorm, and we also don't have access to like a good 2-mana counter spells, right? So in Historic, the deck building is completely wide open, which is kind of cool because you don't have to include those cards that automatically go into every single blue deck, which means you can get more creative, right? In this deck, we have a couple of things going on. Kiora, otherwise not so great in Timeless. It was okay, but not so great. But in Historic, because we don't have things like Brainstorm, being able to filter out cards is a little bit harder, right? So having things like Kiora is so good, especially in a deck where you want to put cards in the yard. Psychic Frog being the only card that can do that. So having 2 more cards of Kiora that can also like find lands is also really good as well. So I quite like Kiora, and we also got to attack with the Kiora, and then we also got a Sign of the Deep down, which was also pretty good as well. Tamiyo, time and time again, just one of the most broken cards I've played in Historic. A few ways of enabling this is you Belmerk on turn 2, so you put cards in the yard, and then you Treasure Cruise in the future turns. So that's one way you can do it. Or you can also just, you know, attack with the Psychic Frog, and then use a clue token to flip the card. The thing is, this deck doesn't play any counter spells, right? Other than some 1-mana cards like Spell Snare, and then you have Fatal Push to leave up. Not being able to hold up 2-mana cards compared to Timeless, right? That's not a thing, so you just use all the mana in order to flip the Tamiyo instantly, and you don't have any regrets. And even if Tamiyo does end up in the graveyard, just because we are playing Belmerk, we can grab Tamiyo back again. Like, that's not bad. A couple of synergies there. Emperor Bones, we got to animate the Belmerk, we got to animate Saint Elenda, and we also got to animate the Ulapog, the Defiler. They all kind of work. One thing you could do as well, Emperor Bones animating the Kiora is also a thing. We didn't see that. So there's like few things going on here that makes this deck pretty powerful and historic. And that's not even counting the Saint Elenda as well. Saint Elenda plus Sorin, obviously really good. Despite not playing any fetch lands, being able to play Treasure Cruise in the deck just because we play 4 copies of Belmerk is pretty cool. One thing you could do is by playing a land that can also discard. You could also play these kind of lands as well, Phyrexian Scrapyard, maybe like a 2 copy of, but it could be bad as well, because if you have this in your opening hand, that's really bad, especially in the deck that's pretty color pip hungry, right? We have Spell Snares, Fatal Push, Psychic Frog, Tamiyo. So, like, this could be a detriment. That's why we're not playing it. Another option is obviously Oculus. You can play between an Oculus or a Treasure Cruise, but I feel like if you're going to be playing Oculus, you probably want some Unearth as well. So that's why we're not playing Oculus, because I feel like playing an Oculus without having an Unearth doesn't really make sense for me. And the sideboard. So the popular decks at the moment in Timeless are the Sacrifice, which is basically Mardu midrange, a Mardu energy in Timeless format with the Goblin Bombardment. But we're calling it Sacrifice, you know, quote-unquote Sacrifice, because they play way more Sacrifice cards like Village Rites, Corrupted Conviction, because there's no Orcish Bowmaster, right? So that's what they're doing in historic format. So what you can do is you can have a copy of Vein Ripper as a sideboard card, which is going to be way better than Saint Elenda in a few cases, because every time opponent sacrifices a card, you drain 2 life. I have it in there just as a 1 copy. Also, I did kind of play against Yawgmoth deck as well, which I wasn't really expecting. So I have 1 copy here, and also because of that reason, there's a lot of creature decks in historic format. So Toxic Deluge, Glistening Deluge, and then we have 2 copies of Stone of Eric for the Sacrifice matchups, and a copy of Unlicensed Hearse against Shifting Woodland decks. You can also bring Stone of Eric versus them as well, and Disruptor Flute's also really good against Shifting Woodland decks, and 2 copies of Stern Scolding against creature decks as well, and a copy of Drown in the Lock plus 2 copies of Spell Pierce and Dot Seizes versus control decks in the format. So yeah, that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye-bye.